Educational Communications and this station present Environmental Directions with Nancy Pearlman. On this series, we explore the effects of human influence on the Earth's ecosystems and discuss solutions to environmental problems which affect the quality of life on this planet. Environmental Directions gives you the kind of information you need to help you participate in decisions impacting your community, the nation, and the world. Now, here's your host, Nancy Pearlman.
Hello. We are going to hear from some of the guests of honor at the Orangutan Republic Foundation's Pongo Awards Gala.
This is Dr. Gregory Shapiro, President of the Orangutan Republic Foundation, with Ed Begley Jr. Maybe you can tell us a little bit about why you care so much about orangutans.
Well, I have the privilege to know people like you that have been protecting them for many, many years, and I thank you for that, all the work you've done in California and the world to help the environment, to protect us from toxics and toxic behavior, like eliminating species, to be careless about the species that we all need for our survival.
You used to talk about the rivets in the plane. How many does it take, right?
Yeah, and that's really a great Paul Ehrlich line. He's a very smart man and a dear friend. And he said years ago, how many rivets can you lose from an airplane before it ceases to fly? Those rivets are the many species that we need for our own survival. So for ourselves alone, we should value them.
Absolutely. We're in the Anthropocene. We got to do a lot to make sure that we can fight against the problems that are causing the decline in the species and all the other crossing the planetary boundaries that we're doing.
Exactly.
So
Point of no return. We got to do something, and I mean now.
And now. It's an emergency like Greta talks about. It's just not something that's going to happen. It's happening.
The young people get it. Our planet is burning, and we can't stand idly by.
That's right.
Hi, I'm Craig Perkins. I'm a board member with Heal the Bay, and we are deeply honored tonight to receive an award from the Orangutan Republic Foundation for the work that Heal the Bay has been doing for almost 40 years in Southern California to protect and restore our ocean resources. We have a concept with Heal the Bay of one water, but we also believe very firmly in the concept of one world. We have to work in an integrated fashion with all the other organizations and activists around the world that are trying to protect and preserve our ecosystem, our marine resources.
Hi, my name is Dagmar Midcap, and I'm a broadcast meteorologist. I am honored to be here tonight at the Orangutan Republic Foundation fundraiser for orangutans. Why do we need to worry about orangutans? They are under siege, not just as individual creatures either being hunted or poached, but their habitat, their lands, their precious ecosystem. Biodiversity in these ecosystems is everything, and that's really the theme of tonight's fundraiser, is biodiversity. It matters. Our lives depend on it. And the orangutan, they are not just objects on this earth. They are our planet mates. We need to treat them as such, not just as objects. So we are here tonight to respect the orangutan and to respect the habitat that gives them life. And the countless species, many we know of, many we have yet to discover within that habitat. Habitat loss is occurring at an alarming rate on this planet. Habitat conservation is everything. We know that on this planet, human interference, human interaction, the explosion of 8 billion of us has really created a problem for the precious habitat and some of the rarest ecosystems on Earth, really in this case found in the Indonesian island archipelago. I mean, that's a multifaceted gem of a country, and there are rare habitats there that we really do need to look out for. Why? Because in many cases we do know the species that exist, but there are also countless plant, animal, insect species that we have yet to discover. And even if you don't care about them as individual life forms, many of them, most of them, matter to you, the individual human. Our lives as humans really do depend on the biodiversity within these systems. The orangutan habitat is under siege, as mentioned, not just through individual poaching of individual animals, but habitat loss in general through human encroachment, more and more of us building in their home. So we really need to look out for them, and they are remarkable creatures. If you've ever looked into the eyes of an orangutan, you're looking into your own eyes, into your own soul. They are to be loved and cherished, and that's what we're doing here tonight, is to look out not just for those individual souls that we share this planet with, but all the countless others that are found within those biodiverse, rich habitat zones. with all the millions and millions of species, plant, animal, insect, on this earth, why orangutans? If you look into their eyes, you look into your own eyes. And in Indonesia, many of the native tribes and individuals there know these orangutans as people of the forest. So orangutan actually does mean person of the forest. And if you've ever seen one up close, you'll know what I mean. Your heart will be touched. Don't let them disappear from this earth, because part of us will disappear right along with them. So what can you do to help these magnificent creatures? It's easy, really. Every time you do go out shopping, look for sustainable Rainforest Alliance, traceable products. Get away from the palm oil that has not been certified. Get away from any of the products that you see that have not been certified as traceable. And again, in many cases, something like Rainforest Alliance. That's a big part of the problem, that companies are coming in and mowing down the habitat without any thought for the creatures that live there. So when we do support these certified companies and we purchase those individually certified products, that's what you're doing every time. You are helping the orangutan. When you support organizations such as the Orangutan Republic Foundation, which I am so honored to be a part of, and Dr. Gary Shapiro and his team, you are supporting researchers in the field in Indonesia, researchers, scientists, grants for those researchers and scientists to continue their work so that they are there for you in your place when you can't go. They are there. They are the boots on the ground to make sure that we do not lose the orangutan.
My name is Nemely Gaston, the Director of International Affairs for the Orangutan Republic Foundation. My love for orangutans and also Indonesia started as a child, growing up in America and also Indonesia. Growing up with dual citizenship, I found the love and the passion for not only the country, but for orangutans. And I always felt that it was our job or our duty as humans to be there for our animals and our environment. And that's part of the main reason to why I support orangutans in Indonesia. And it is an honor in my role here with the foundation to continue that passion and that journey alongside with Dr. Gary Shapiro and the wonderful volunteers at our organization. We have a very dynamic organization of volunteers that solely supports our mission here, also America and Indonesia. It is very important to me with orangutans because I am Indonesian American, so my blood originates from Indonesia, and that's when I first fell in love with orangutans. And living also in Indonesia and here in Los Angeles and New York, here in the United States, it's just an honor to be able to continue that support and passion. People can support by helping donate for our causes. They can help donate for scholarships for our programs to help save the environment, the rainforest, and also orangutans in Indonesia. And you can also support by just listening and learning about orangutans and our foundation, creating awareness and sharing the awareness with the world.
This is Dr. Gary Shapiro, President of the Orangutan Republic Foundation, speaking with Dr. James Baylog, noted filmmaker, scientist, photographer, and author on the topic of global climate change. You've been traveling the earth for many, many years, gathering amazing insights on our changing planet. We're so happy to have you here tonight as an awardee for the Pongo Awards. Tell us something about your impressions about tonight and maybe something about what's going on planet Earth.
We're in the middle of historic environmental change right now, and I think most of us don't really understand how enormous and how historic it really is. This is a period of great environmental alteration. In science words, it's called flux. There's a new word that's been coined, the Anthropocene. It was coined 22 years ago to signify that we're in this new period of geologic history where humans are this dominant earth-shaping species. And I strongly believe that that's a very, very good summary idea. And a lot of the things we're all talking about with the climate change and receding glaciers and the changes in the ocean currents and the changes in the extreme storms and the changes in the animal habitat and the survival of the species, that's all part of this much bigger story. I personally think that one of the essential points of that big story is that we can and should recognize that we're part of nature. I think a lot of environmentalists hear all of this and they reflexively go, oh, that's bad. That's humankind thinking it's hot stuff again and taking over the world. It's actually, that's one potential reaction, but I think the more important potential reaction is to realize that it says we are part and parcel of nature. We are in and of nature. We're an element in nature, just like earth, air, fire, and water, and the plants and animals.
I hope that you have enjoyed hearing about the need to preserve and protect the orangutans and will take action to do so. I'm Nancy Pearlman. Thank you very much for joining us, and do tune in again next week.
If you would like free information about these environmental issues, go to www.ecoprojects.org or call 310-559-9160. Environmental Directions with your host, Nancy Pearlman, is a community affairs program of the nonprofit organization Educational Communications and this station.